Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to Timberborn. As you can see, I have done a few little things here between episodes. Food is going. Okay, go. Food is going. And we have things here. I moved the inventors over to here as well. I was thinking that one farmhouse was keeping this full, but we have a second one here, which I appear to have forgotten about. So I'm going to get rid of this one, and I'm going to start that one going. So two of them can do that there, and that'll be all wonderful and wonderful and wonderful. How are we doing for explosives? 79. We got 140 extract. Okay, because we want to dig down. So what we want to do, and I'm going to come here to try and plan the thing here. So we want to go 2 floors of dirt, 5 floors of air, two dirt, air. So I want to go down. However, I said I want to build columns and put the columns in to support the roof, because then if we have more columns around, the moisture can be transferred down, so we can put the river either on the surface or down below. I don't think I'm going to go with that scorched earth plan of not building on the surface. It becomes a bit more complicated if I do that, so I think we're going to put like the grass, the grass. We're going to put the water on the surface here, and then do that there. So we'll have to build up something here for the down there. I might put the actual water down below one, because it should be able to transfer up one floor. We'll look at that. We'll look at that. So, but what I want to do is I want to come here, because I want to plan out the floor levels, because it's easier to see it on the side as we go down. Before I do that, however, what I'm going to do is wait for the sun to come up, and then pause the game. Then I'm going to turn the camera around this way to get 0 by 0 down here. And this is a thing that I'm going to have a small rant about in a moment. It's one of those days. So yeah, not a rant. What I'm saying about a thing that's utterly stupid when it comes to computers. But so let me show you wonderfulness that is my plan. Here it is. Here is the plan. Here is the plan. So as you can see, we're going to have columns dotted around. We have a wonderful tiling pattern that has a wall down one side, or 2 sides, and then open on the other sides. The pattern is quite simple. There is a 11 gap between each of the large columns that are the black and grey ones there. And the idea is that the black is going to be the top layer, or well, the black is going to be the second layer of dirt, and then there'll be another layer of dirt on top of that, which will cover the whole thing. The grey layer is the 5th air layer in the floor below. So if we put a column and we put those 3 out, a plus symbol out, 3 each way, we can then build a 13 long platform on top of that, all just using dirt. No platforms, no nothing. It's all just using dirt doing that. And then in between them, we can put in the blue ones, which only require a 2 wide one in between there. And the spacing between each of them means that there's at least a 5, or there is exactly a 5 tile gap between every one of the columns. And the biggest buildings, with exception to the wonders, are 4 in size. So it'll work perfectly. We can put paths in, we can do things. It'll work wonderfully. That's the idea. However, that pattern doesn't fit into a 50 by 50 grid. It fits into a 49 by 49 grid, hence why we've got those black seams around the outside, or on 2 sides this way. Because if I come back to the world now, what we're going to do is have this wall. So we've got the bad tide and the good water of here. So we have this wall, and this wall will remain solid at all times. These 2 remain solid. And then if you turn it around, these 2 will be open. So we can look in. It makes it much better for the YouTube video. We can just look in here, and we can see where we want to be going thing, and we can see into it, and we can just move the camera out and do that. It'll make life easier for us. It'll make life better for that. So we're basically shrinking the map down to being 49 by 49 on every side. So we will lose this edge here and this edge here, which does mean this is kind of offset a little bit badder. So yeah, I did toy with the idea of maybe doing this and putting the water in the back corner. I might do that yet. Still, we might have like the water in the back corner over there, and the rivers come out there, and then we look in this side, because the idea, we're going to cap this all the way down the bottom anyway, out right down here. So this column won't be here. We'll have to fill it with dirt. So we might do that. Maybe the black column there. But the thing that got me and confused me when I was trying to figure out where my column placement was going to be is, in computer graphics, the 0 point, the 0 by 0 point, so the first point when you're counting pixels, is in the bottom left corner of the screen. So it's down here. It's down here in the bottom of the corner of the screen. So if I orientate the map like this and I bring up the point things, you'll see 0 by 0 is down here, like this. So if I move left and right, you'll see the first value here, which is the X value, goes up and down. And then the second value, which is the Y value, goes up and down. Now, Y is technically supposed to be up and down in virtual space, but from a 2D perspective here. However, in image editing, the 0 point is the top left corner. So it would have to go this way round to match up to the picture, if I had a picture. The problem to that is that if I go here and then I move right and left, which should be the X value, it actually changes the Y value, you can see there, which confused the life out of me. I was trying to figure out why the pixel location on the image wasn't matching the map when I was doing this, and it was making me go mad until I remembered that thing. And I learned this like 30 years ago, and I thought it was stupid then, and I still think it's stupid now that there's two different versions of it for doing things. Yeah, so image editing, top left, computer graphics, bottom left. Strange. But anyway, we want to come to like here somewhere, so if we're going to have that as the back wall, for instance, then it doesn't matter. We're going to have multiple ladders going down anyway in places. That's fine. The important thing is that this ladder is not at a location where a column's going to be. It's not centered. The column will actually be one tile forward from this here. So yeah, but it doesn't really matter. We're going to go down. So if I was to put the water at the back, this would be down the bottom here, out of the way, so you wouldn't see it anyway. It's going to be capped off and then built around and then designed in such a way that the bad tide can't get out anywhere. So that's there. So we'll see how that goes. Also, I do want to thank everybody for the comments. The comments on the last couple of episodes have been fantastic. Everyone's got brilliant suggestions and ideas and things, and I love it. Absolutely love it. The engagement is fantastic. That's why I do these episodically. I record one, I wait for it to go out, I get the feedback, and then I record the next one, and so on and so forth. There were several people mentioned that what I was after for the way the columns go is tiling, or more, I think that's how I pronounced it, which yeah, I completely forgot what it was called, so thank you for guys pointing that out there. Also, I mentioned that if you download this map and you have to set the height to 50, it's not 50, it's 49 you have to set it to. I swear I set it to 50 when I made the map, but I think I tried to resize the map to 49 by 49 originally to get that in the center, and it didn't work. So maybe I messed something up, I don't know, but you have to set the height to 49 with the map resizer mod. So yeah. Also, things like mangroves. Mangroves are a fruit which don't require processing. You just eat them. So we could put those in. So that would be fine. And also, we should get down here, get our beavers down here somewhere, and we should put in a system here with like sluices or something that can let the bad tide out in the edge here, somewhere right down here. So when this starts producing bad water, instead of it filling all the way to the top and then doing this, although we have gone through one bad tide already, so it didn't matter too badly, that it will discharge the bad water right to the bottom and get rid of it, and then the top should remain relatively clear. Yeah, maybe, sort of, perhaps. It's yeah, so I do agree, but I'm not going to get to that this time around. Because it should be a priority, but it Yeah, we'll let it happen. We'll let it happen. So I'm going to come over here. Anyway, let's go over here. Let's go to here and let's see. We'll do it. So I'm going to unlock the tunnels here. And what I want to do is I'm going to come to this here and like make a spine basically. So there's going to be a column here, which means technically this isn't going to be laid out correctly, but it's fine. So this is center of the map. Yep. Okay. So we want to go down by 2 and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then go over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now the top one here will technically have outlay to support the tiles above. So this is sort of incorrect, but we're just measuring at the moment. So 5 and then go 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, the camera's got to go out a little bit because we've got it set to a higher focus point. Oh, I messed something up there. You're only 1 there. I think I messed this up somewhere as well. Hold on. Did I mess this up? Can't tell. Zoom out, would you please? So right, so we've got 1, 2. Yeah, so we've got 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Yep, I messed this one up. Okay, because I realised this. The ground floor is only going to have a single tile of dirt. It's not going to have 2. So this has 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 1. That's fine because the ground floor doesn't really matter anyway. It's not. We'll be doing stuff down there, but I don't necessarily need 2 deep tiles anyway because we're not going to be running water around all of them. But I would like 2 tile deep just in case I want to run power or something around. We just have to be mindful that the bottom layer doesn't have that. It's only got 1 deep, so yeah. That's fine. That's fine. It's kind of, that's it. The only way I could fix that is to put in dirt top, but I can't. It won't let me build at that height. So that's why this is 49 high and not 50. If it was 50 high, we could have got the 2 in with the 5s and that would have worked. So we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and technically the top floor is 8. But if we don't use the top floor, then we have 7 tiles there. So that's fine. So this is what we want, and this represents every floor in the game. Apart from places that we need to dig sorry, the places where we're going to have the column T-junction. So if I come down a floor, let's go here. Let's go down. So this is the first air floor for this one. So the tile above will be complete solid, and the one above that will be complete solid, and then there's the air. So this one is the one with the columns and the bits and pieces in it, and we'll figure this one out here. So if I was to say like that, let me just fill that in there for the moment there, like that. It's kind of difficult to see because of the lighting. Can I make it brighter? It does change. It's actually much easier to see everything at night time, ironically. So there we go. Sun come up. Put on. There we go. That's a bit easier to see. So this will have a column in the center right here, but also it will have a T junction on it, which is that big. And then that T-junction of dirt, so the column comes all the way up from there to here and has 2 out either side. That T-junction would allow much more dirt to be placed on top by losing just a little tiny bit of the air in there. We still have 4 tiles of complete air, and over here we're going to have much higher tiles here. So there's not really any buildings that are bigger than 4 tiles. The district centre is technically 5 tiles, so but yeah, that's fine. There's going to be some buildings we put in places. That's fine, not a problem. And if we put any storages that go stack up, we just don't put them in this place. Literally move them over to here. Instead of putting the storages there, and there, we put them here in these 9 tiles, and it'd be fine. It'd be absolutely fine. So boom. So that's one column there. Obviously, we want to take out these and the next floor down because we want to do that. Take down there. So now we want to go and figure out where the next one's going to be, and that's going to be what's the spacing here? So if I look at this here, so we should have 1, 2, 3. Then how many tiles was that? Sorry, how many tiles was that? Oh, hold on. I'm on the wrong screen. That one there. So how many tiles is it between center to center? It should be 11 if I remember right. Yes, it is 11. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that is where the next column is going to be. It's the central columns, as it would be. Let me just put in a, and then we've got to take out something like that. Boom, there you go. Now the columns here in the center, they are bigger. And they are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 away. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is not adding up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, it is adding up. There it is. Okay. So these columns, let me just put in this here. So the column's going to be there. Let's do that. Column's going to be there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 diagonally from the center. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 diagonally from the center. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But these have 3 outputs like that. So that should be shot in there. So yeah, so these ones are bigger here. The ones on the outside are smaller, and then in between. So we have so many of these big ones here, and this allows 13 by 13, which means this column can support all the way out to this point here. So this column over here will also support out to that one. They share that point, whereas these ones only support up to here, and this one only supports up to here. So it all meshes together perfectly well. So let me put in the rest of this here, and I will then show you what the pattern looks like. Okay, so I was going to skip to night time to make it a bit easier to see, but it works if you don't have any with this open. So yeah, this is it. This is the plan. This is the thing here. So you see we've got the smaller plus symbols here and the larger ones here, and all of that should be able to support the roof above. It should be able to support the roof above without a problem. So we should be able to put this all in here and then select and delete all of the towers that come with it, or the platforms, because it puts platforms in, and it should still hold. Shouldn't be a problem, shouldn't have any issues, everything should still hold absolutely fine. Oops. Need to oil my chair, I think. So I'm going to let the beavers get on with this. It's going to take a long time. I don't know how far they're going to get before they run out of space, but that's fine. We cannot build underneath this here. There needs to be one more one here, which is actually dead center of this thing here. Oh yes, because I've offset it that way. I think when I was doing the original plan, I was offsetting it along the back of these two, and this was wrong. But this is technically center if we offset it this way. So yeah, so this wall and this wall are going to be solid all the time, and these two walls are going to be open all the time, which would be awesome. And where is our... There is the ones with all the floors, the floor tags in them. But as you can see, this is supposed to be a flat one here, so there's only 4 tags here. So but I've left the other 5 in, so it's fine. It's fine. So let's allow the beavers to dig out whatever maze they want to dig out in here. Come back once they have managed to dig their way through, I suppose. So I was hoping to get a lot more done, but unfortunately we have not the resources to do this. This is about 2,000-ish, 2,000 plus squares of explosives extract, and then 2,000 times 6 planks. We do not have that. We also had an emergency. I was watching this, everything stopped here. I thought, oh, I could record it and do a lovely time lapse for them building it all out. Completely forgetting we don't have enough resources for it. But went back to the surface, figuring out why it all stopped, and we had no water. Food was dropping, and I was like, so Food was dropping, but food's doing okay now. Oh yes, because I didn't have these set up correctly. Yeah, so we've got more dishwasher pumps, deep water pumps. We have more medium tanks, or well, another medium tank going on there, and I've even paused one of the breeding pods. That's why the food's going back up again. I paused the breeding pod because the food was dropping, even though we had 4 here. These 4 cannot keep up with this field. I mean, I know they're not as good as the folktails, but yeah, just these 4 cannot keep up with this field. So anyway, we're going to have to leave this one here, and we have to come back next time. I have put in a forester because the berries died. We had a bad tide, this field with bad water, and we killed loads of our berries off, so I have replanted those. So this can be paused now. We don't need you anymore for the moment. And all the trees are basically cut down around here. We've just got this one chopper left here, taking out the rest of the trees around, which will be fantastic once it's all done. So we shall leave this here. We shall come back next time, and we shall continue from there. Yeah. So thank you very much for watching, everybody. I hope you have enjoyed this one, and I do hope to see you again in the next one. And until then, as always, have fun.